Call to order this public hearing of Terre Haute City Council, 5:30 Monday, September 16th. We're here tonight to receive any public comment or input from the public on the 2020 City of Terre Haute budget. And we need to have a roll call first. Thank you.
Councilperson Aller.
Mr. President.
Councilperson Azar. Councilperson Crossan.
Present.
Councilperson DeBon.
Here.
Councilperson Elliott.
Here.
Councilperson Garrison.
Here.
Councilperson Morris.
Here.
Councilperson Nasser.
Present.
Councilperson Nation.
Here.
8 are present, 1 is absent.
Okay, thank you. That truly is the full purpose of this meeting, is to receive any public comment on this next year's budget. So if there is anyone from the public who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone. Please state your name and your address.
My name is Donald Hyde. I live at 1411 Poplar Street, Terre Haute, Indiana. And there's a lot of things that you need to think about when you're making up this budget. First of all, I have been to these meetings now for going there 2 years. I've lived in this town for 65 years. It seems in the past that the city council and the county council seem to be able to get their budgets together, but they always seem to agree on something, what it is. It depended upon what it was. And they would work toward that goal. I've been here for all these years, for a couple of years now, and attended your meetings, haunted you, so to speak. I really don't care because that's my job. And all I hear you guys do is, how can we attract businesses here? And how can we get them to locate here and improve our taxes? In other words, get more business taxes. Yet, I hear a overall thing, finally read some of the overall city budget, 1/4 of the total budget, and it's in the millions, by the way, that you are, 1/4 of it is property taxes. That means everybody that owns a house and pays property taxes, put 1/4 of your budget together. And that's me. I've owned a house since 75. I paid property taxes, been behind, but I caught them up. I paid them. And I'm still paying them. I'm not alone. Everybody in this city pays property taxes that owns a house. Now, another part of your revenue is income taxes. Well, that's everybody that works in this town pays income taxes, and then there's littler spots that sells taxes. My point's this: no matter whether you're rich or poor, old or young, you pay a tax. Babies right now pay taxes the way you got the tax system set up, because they pay sales taxes. Now, granted, they don't do it, their parents do it, but the bottom line is there's nobody that doesn't pay taxes. Now, in the old days, and I was around in the 60s, I can remember the 60s, don't remember much of the 50s, but I can still remember the 60s. The government would have 4th of July, they'd have for the kids, they'd have a Halloween parade. Always happened. There was a number of things. There was even stuff to do with Easter. And this was, it's the politics and all that, but the bottom line is Easter's for the kids. They have a Easter thing at the parks. And I could go on and name the things of the past that we used to do. What I'd like the city council to think about, and I'm being honest about this year, what are we doing now for the public at large? For the communities. You guys have 9 districts. That's why there's 9 seats on the city council. There's therefore 9 communities. What are you doing for everybody? I know one thing. I keep talking about the safety net for the kids is being reduced. The reason I point out all the time that there's 100,000 citizens in Vigo County, and there's 65,000 plus citizens in the city of Terre Haute, is because there's that many volunteers if you got yourself together. You guys are the leaders. Your job is to motivate the people, not just to go out and vote, but to motivate the people to build communities and what they're going to look like and help them do it. I'm sorry, I've attended a lot of these meetings, and I just haven't seen that yet.
Is there
One thing I
specific-
like, well,
is there a
one thing,
specific
well,
comment
one
that
thing,
you have about
I'm going to
budget?
the specific
Go ahead.
comments here. All right, let's get to the first one. I want the city council to purchase themselves, not the mayor, not the county council, the city council. I wanted to do two things. I wanted to put up a big pole north on the river, up in the air, saying this is city limits starts here. All the way down south, city limits starts here. Pole will be cheap. You guys got that money in your coin purse. You know, your party funds could put that up. Reason I want that pole up is I want this city council to purchase a boat, not a little tiny boat, not a huge boat, but a good-sized boat that you can launch off your boat dock and keep it around your boat dock, especially when you're going to build a new boat dock. But this boat would have the purpose of making it possible to clean the river, to go from the North Pole, with saying these poles here, this is north, this is where the river runs through our city. And you take this thing, you clean out the trash, you try and clean out the river. You guys are always talking about the river project, the river this, the river that, but you don't put anything in the game. You don't put any skin in the game. A boat that would help clean the river and would be available to ISU, Rose Poly, and St. Mary of the Woods to borrow. You know, you control the boat, you own it. And you can loan it out and they can then take water samples. Now, if they're taking the water samples and they're running them through, you can find out what's in the water, how clean it is. Keep up on it. And then slowly but surely, over the course of the next 10 years, you might be able to clean up the river a little bit, clean up the water. With that boat, you'd also have the ability to make sure that the beach part on all sides get cleaned up, and more important than that, the birds and the wildlife you're trying to get to, you know, live on West Terre Haute, that little park you got over there, would have some place to get to safely. Now that's one idea. Another idea, you have nothing in the city right now other than the schools for the kids to do. And right now, the number one health thing I hear on the news all the time, doesn't matter what channel I'm listening to, or even the local radio news, is all the kids are out of shape. And I can see that with my own eyes. But what exactly do they do, city-wise? Is there one walk that they could have that you can organize, you, the city council now, is what I'm talking about, not the mayor, he's for another time. You, the city council, could organize a certain walk, and this walk could be done in the spring when it's warm, or in the summer when it's warm, or have more than one of them. Name it whatever you want to name it, but have it so that the kids are encouraged to have a walk. And one walk you could organize that would be safe, and they'd all walk, and it would be reasonable distance, not too short and not too long. Would be if you would take a path up Ohio Street from Fairbanks Park to Deming Park. And if they're really gun-ho, the older kids could then go right up the path that you've already built, that's already there, from Deming Park to Dobbs Park, and then return. Now, you can decide what you want, but what would keep that from happening is that you have not got the city, the mayor here, put in these curves where a wheelchair or a roller or a stroller or a bicycle could go up and down the curves. The big humps on certain curves would be lowered down and you could ride over and ride on them. Problem is, I have constantly went up and down Ohio Street from Riverfront Park to Deming Park, and there's only about 10 where the curves are so high it messes up the ability for a wheelchair to get up it. If those curves were lowered down right and you figured it out right and you worked on it for this year, you could make it possible to have such a march, a parade. I don't care what it is. Call it what you want. But the idea would be have something for the kids and the families to do. One, to have fun, and two, to get the kids out exercising and the families out together. And it shouldn't cost anything either. And that's all for now. But believe me, I have all kinds of ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to make a public comment on the 2020 proposed budget? Well, this is your opportunity if there is. If there's not and you later want to make a comment, I'm sure you can contact us or the mayor's office and make that comment. But if there are no other comments,
Move to adjourn.
Second. Been moved by Councilperson Nasser and seconded by Councilperson Aller that this meeting be adjourned. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?